So then the quest for records became really important. This final stage was considered the major disrespect, the major violation of all. I used to watch DJs on how they handled vinyl, Rosenberg. They would handle it like it was a child, and they had this velvet brush, and they were kind of like wiping it. You know, I'm like, why are they doing that in that manner? And the way they used to put it back into the sleeve, super duper careful. So then I said to myself, that drum break is only 10 seconds. How do I do that? So what I did was I watched DJs, and I watched some of the bigs and some of the greats, I'll leave nameless, and I said, Mike, I can't go to these places anymore. Something's bugging me, something's bugging me. And that's when I went in my bedroom, and I tried to split my time with my best friend, going out, hanging out with the chicks at the basketball court and doing this and that and that and that and that. But after a while, like, this thing was in my head. So my audience became my miniature Doberman Pinscher named Caesar. And I can remember doing things and jumping around, and I was happy. It's almost like the dog was like, row, 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 like kind of like rocking with me. So when I figured out all these things, and I was absolutely sure of what I had, Mike had spent the night at my house. And I guess it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock. And I said, Mike, get up, get up, get up. You need to see this thing that I'm doing. And DJs hated me for this because you are not supposed to put your fingertips on the body of the vinyl. Never, 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 ever. And putting a crayon mark on it was like desecration. Like, I remember going around trying to get jobs, Ebro, at the club, but the word already spread. This thing here, what I'm trying to explain to people is this DJ science is the basics on everything hip hop. And putting my fingertips on the record, as I was telling you when I seen you at the concert, Ebro, is without realizing it, right? This quick mix theory is twofold. Not only is it the sound source, but it doubles itself as today what we know is a controller. A controller that plays with time. So, once I figured out that I must put my fingertips on the record, and then probably the final stage of it all was taking the crayon and marking the area where the get down part lived. That was the first part. And then I had to come up with, okay, so if this is the block where the get down part lived, then we have to knock on his door and go inside. And this is what I was thinking. So this mark here is what I call the intersector. This is the intersector, and this is the circular. Today they call it cue points. And how it works, Ebro, is this. Four bars forward equals 6 counterclockwise revolutions equals full loop. This is the basics, the fundamentals to the quick mix theory. when I figured this out, that you are playing this like an instrument, this theory is now the basic formula to today what is known as turntablism, because it is totally impossible to do the things that you do without your finger on the fader and the vinyl at the same time. Some do it amazingly crazy today and powerful and make amazing music with it. They're playing it like an instrument. But the Ebro, you also have to understand, this is why I said this to this when I seen you. It also is arguably the actual beginning of what is known today as rap. Because it is impossible for the MC to tell their story on top of the verse and the chorus and the bridge and all the singing. They need a complete bed of music. And back then, there was no computers, no PC, no Mac, no social media, no studio, no nothing. It had to be done with just 2 copies of vinyl. He created his own sound to the technique, and that's why I call it the quick mix theory, because you could always add to the foundation of the science. So with him doing what far as what he was doing, and then other DJs is coming along, and Cash Money did this, and then Jeff did that, and then all the way to like people like Qbert, Mixmaster Mike. Yeah. These guys are like ridiculous on the turntable. So I remember, I gotta tell you, Ebro, people call me an idiot, disrespectful to vinyl, but it's really good to know there's millions of idiots just like me.
I think things worked out.